So, let's see if I see anyone watching today. As you come on, please say hello. And we'll get this party started. I don't know who's there watching, but if, let's see. How about the first, there we go. Cheryl, how are you? I don't have my iPad. You know, I think it's time for me to replace it. Even it's taking forever to charge. So I'll do my best if there are any comments, but I don't know how many of you have signed up for my email list, but every day I've been dropping like a flash sale, a one-day sale. So today the sale is a full pack. This isn't a full pack, but it's going to be it's a full pack of Pixie dough. It's half off, and any of the green molds or Paint Pixie brand molds, they're half off today as well until I believe it's midnight Pacific Standard Time, because that's what our clocks on our website are set for. So I'm really excited. I have, first of all, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Ours was wonderful. We drove to Las Vegas. Mr. Pixie had a couple of meetings earlier in the week, and then on Wednesday we went and stayed with my in-laws. Came home yesterday, so I'm ready to be back at work. And that's not really work. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go live today, seeing that our molds and our Pixie dough are half off. So maybe you can kind of see what I'm doing. So, oh gosh, a long, long time ago, I mean, this is huge. It's a wood something or other. I went ahead and primed it because it had a picture of like a jackalope, which, you know, I don't want. So I went ahead and primed it. I really, really want to, I want to make a clock out of it, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do first. If it works, I ordered the Clockworks today. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then it's just going to be something really cute to hang on the wall. But first thing I want to do is I want to get my center decoupaged. And it's going to be a double layer of decoupage, so we'll see how that works. The first layer will be this, just, you know, some simple, because I'm going to have something on the top. This was also, had a crack right here, so what I want to do is maybe hide that crack, you know, with the molds that I cast. But let's get this on here first. Ooh, I cut it really close, which is fine because maybe what my best thing to do is run my finger. I'm going to run my finger around this edge. And then I'm going to cut it around the edge. I thought I could even do a water, you know how you cut it with the water, make a water, but I think I'm going to do this instead. I think it would work out just a little better. And if I turn it upside down like this, I can really see it. I'm going to use these big scissors from Chaulk Couture. I actually really like these scissors. They're really long, and there's something about like the tip is really pointy. So the only thing is, right, I've got to be careful. I don't want to, I might end up putting something around that edge, but if I don't have to or I don't want to, then I've got that choice, right? If I cut this wrong, the choice is taken away from me. So I'm going to use Force Field today to decoupage this. It's a tissue paper. It's a little, it's not super thick, but it's not thin like some of the tissues out there. And I finally just want to use up some of this decoupage paper I bought months and months and months ago, thinking someday. Well, someday has come. You've seen me in the past work with some of it as well. Sometimes I hold on to it and think, oh, maybe there's something better. Or something better I want to do with it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, like I said, is get this decoupage. That'll be really pretty. I wish I had my iPad. But anyway, hello Elaine, hello Teresa, hello everybody. I am going to just, I think I'm going to squirt the force field right on here. And we'll see. Being that I used primer instead of paint, I feel like it's not as absorbent. You know, where our chalk paints are really absorbent, right? If you don't seal them. So let's give it a try. I want a nice thick coat. All right. I think I can see everything. Make sure I get it around that edge, right? Something I'm super excited about. I just bought myself a new printer. I thought I was going to have to buy, what I wanted to do, I don't need a new printer, but what I want to be able to do is, maybe on certain occasions, I want to be able to print for you some papers. And the reason I want to do that is so that when you're printing and then you're decoupaging, and if you have an inkjet printer, it might smear, right? You've been seeing us use hairspray, and that doesn't always work for me. So I finally, Amazon's got some printers on sale, and I bought one. I was researching first a laser printer, and they're expensive. And then I found one on sale, but then when I researched the price of ink or toner for that, oh my gosh, it's more than the printer. So then I started Googling. Figured there's got to be some kind of inkjet printer or an ink that won't smear. And I found one. I found, actually I found an article, a blog that kind of talked about different inks that don't smear. So one is called a pigment ink, and that's the one I got. It's an Epson. There's also a dye, and I think there's another one, but anyway, I ended up with the Epson. I got it a really great deal, like $180 on Amazon. But what makes it a good deal for me, I'm going to be able to print 11 by 17 inch sheets of like paper. Now, it won't be the rice paper, and I don't think that'll be an issue, because I think a lot of you are printing with just inkjet paper, and I will experiment with it when it comes in. It doesn't come in till Wednesday. But I'm super excited because we've got a new kit coming out on Friday. If Lindy and I worked on this one together, and I'm super excited because she actually painted a girl for us. And if you didn't know, we have a contest happening. You can either go to the Paint Pixie page and comment, or you can go to Lindy's Tater Begging page. But let me show you the girl, and you can start thinking about a name. Don't name her here. I'm not gonna. I need one place to look, and Lindy needs one place. Nicole, my assistant, had said to email me, but I changed that because now I've got too many places to look. So if you've emailed me, great, I've saved them. But anyway, isn't she beautiful? This is going to be part of the December kit. We are looking for a name for her. And it's funny because my daughter, when I showed my daughter this picture, first thing she says is, oh my God, it looks like Dion, the turquoise iris. And you know what? other than Dion's eyes are beautiful dark blue, or almost like a turquoise color. It does look like her, but I'm not going to name her. That's going to be up to all of you, and whoever Lindy picks is going to get the new kit. And like I said, that comes out on Friday. So I'm going to let that dry for a second. And while that's drying, I'm going to show you this other piece I'm going to use to layer. It's this one. I love Whimsy. And I had bought some decoupage paper from Roycycle last year. Again, didn't use it. With, let me show these to you, 6 girls, right? These are called Corey's Girls. And I spent the longest time today trying to decide which one I want to use. And I finally ended up with this one because I thought it would be so cute. I'm going to actually cut her out, though. And then I'm going to have to I may end up having to dry this, but I'm going to have to paint white underneath. Otherwise, you'll see all of that, or off-white underneath, cream, maybe cream puff. Otherwise, you'll see all that writing behind her. So let's get her cut out. I'm going to use the tiny scissors this time. But I have an idea for her hair. And if you didn't guess, you're going to see, if you haven't guessed what I'm going to do just by saying that, you'll see. I think she's going to be super cute. And if my clock mechanisms are the right size, if I place her far enough up, because my clockworks are going to be down at the bottom, I believe, or off to the side. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how she ends up on here. Anyway, if by chance the, what do you call them, the hands of the clock are still too big, even though I ordered a small one, this will be super cute, even as just wall decor. But I thought, oh, this would make the cutest clock. I'm thinking, I don't know if I have a place in this rental house for her, in the living room or whatever, but I think I might have room for her in either the guest room or even our master. Okay, we're almost done. Hang in there, and I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm going to have to dry this because I'm going to need to paint. And I don't know if I should, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I've seen Amanda from something from Amazing Art paint behind her papers. And I'm just afraid I'm going to ruin it if I do that. I think I'd rather just trace her out and paint her. All right, and I can save this, right? I can save that for another day. And also hang with me at the end. I'm going to scroll. If you're still with me here, I'm going to do is, I'm going to gift you a pixie dough and one of the green molds of your choice. So hang on tight. Stay with me. It might be a while, but even if you go and come back at the end, probably the last 5 or 10 minutes, I'll scroll. And let me get this dry. And then I'll be able to trace it a little, right? And then I'll come in with more of an artist brush with one of the off-whites. Because otherwise, like I said, like where her face is, you'll see all this writing, and you don't want to see all the writing. Well, I don't want to see all the writing, right? So again, like I said, Friday is December 1st. We're going to be launching our new kit, which I'm super excited about. I have been working on this kit, the idea, oh my God, for months. I started buying components, I want to say April or May. That's how long it's been. So I thought it would be a wonderful kit for December. They can make, whether you use it for yourself or you give it as a gift. It's going to be fabulous. Okay. Okay, anxious for the new kit. So am I. What's that? Can't wait to see it. Yes. Hopefully you all can see this. I don't want to remove my comments because then I won't be able to see what you're saying. So this is what we'll do. I'll try to keep an eye so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I was telling you, I want to put some molds around the frame of this, so I want to put it like some of them where this cracked. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm not a cat person, I'll be honest with you, but that cat's kind of cute. So I think I want to leave him showing. Let me just... So if I leave him showing... Oh, here we go. Could I do that? If I keep his... Then what I could do is... Oh, right, the clock works could be down here. I'd have plenty of room. If I kind of keep her to the side, kind of like that maybe. I could probably bring her down a little bit because I am going to be, actually I'm going to be using our English Garden, our newest mold, which is my all-time favorite mold. And if I use like the biggest one up here, I can cover some of that. So that's what I might do. Keep it centered. Oh, plenty. And I want to keep, I purposely chose the grays, the gray part of this paper too. And I've got to make sure that I don't get her too off kilter. You know, to kind of go with her gray and black hair. So, okay, so if the cat loses an ear, no, we don't want the cat to lose an ear, do we? But I don't want her cockeyed either. Off to the side. We could do that, and then my Clockworks has more room, right? So maybe we do that. All right, and I think I am going to trim her just like I did the middle piece, but okay, I'm gonna have to be very careful. Worst comes to worst, I can come back with oh, you know those pens like Lisa uses to do all of her scratch stuff. I can always come back and I can retrace, which maybe that's what I'll do, since that's really how this looks. It looks like everything was retraced. And I'm also thinking I could even cut her neck out and reattach it, which I might do. I actually didn't mean to cut, I'll be honest with you, I didn't mean to cut her neck off. I just kept following the face. But that's easy to remedy, right? I didn't want to leave her shirt because I wanted a smoother transition. All right, let's, okay. I think I can see it all. All right, so I am going to grab, I think I'm going to grab Cream Puff because it's more the color of the background. And let me get I think an angle brush will work the best for this. So let me grab my little edge, if I can find it. Oh, maybe that too. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple different brushes. Let me grab a tray. because I think I want to be really careful about painting the middle. I even grabbed my cat's tongue. Also, this is another thing. This will be a promotion throughout the holidays. I did a paint kit, a Lindy's favorite and a Lisa's favorite, that include free brushes. So Lindy's is the cat tongue, which is one of my favorites because of how it's got that tip. And Lisa's is the little D brush. So you might want to check those out because the cat's tongue is a $14 value and the little D is a $23 value. And you get a little bit slightly different paint choice. I mean, you get your choices, but just a little different. All right. Excuse me while I concentrate on this. And if you end up watching the replay later, just let us know you watched the replay. Facebook, boy, they have all these algorithms, and that's how they're going to judge if they're going to send out notifications to everybody. They want to make sure you like what you see. Okay. So speaking of Thanksgiving, we actually, even though we traveled, we hosted Thanksgiving dinner, but we didn't make it from scratch. We actually went to Sprouts and we bought 2 dinners so that we could bring one home. So tonight, we actually are cooking our turkey. Mr. Pixie said he wants turkey sandwiches, which is fine. We have, the dinner came with the dressing and mashed potatoes, gravy. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go over that right there because I think my pencil mark's on that really dark part right there. Oh, speaking of Mr. Pixie, he's been helping a friend with his pool. Hopefully he got it fixed. Okay. Got the turkey in the oven at 3 like you told me to. I was actually going to go live earlier, and then I looked at the clock, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that means I got to get up in the middle of my live and go put the turkey in, so I waited. So let's try this. And today, thank you so much. Hi Beverly, thank you so much. I've been seeing your orders, and we all really appreciate them, believe it or not. We do. We don't take anybody for granted. We know it's that time of year. We know prices of gas and groceries have gone up a lot. So, that's why I'm trying to make sure that I can give you some good sales. Kind of help you build your arsenal. Your crafting and art arsenal, right? After I dry this, I'm going to actually add another coat. The smaller the brush, the thinner your coats, just so you know. So I do have, now that I've gotten my edge done, I do have a little bit bigger brush that I think will give me better coverage. It should. Okay. Should give me better coverage. That's hot. Maybe while that's cooling off, we can at least maybe kind of start cornstarching our mold over here. So one thing you want to do is, maybe it's cool. I'd rather keep on working on one thing at a time. You want to put a generous amount of cornstarch in your molds if you want them to pop out easily. If you don't want to, you can freeze them even. So there's that crack. And I think the first mold I am going to do will be this really big, it looks kind of like a sunflower. The middle's not as big, but that's what it looks like to me. The petals, it doesn't look like a daisy, so we're calling it a sunflower. Could be a mum, but whatever it is, it's beautiful. And we'll just kind of start making these. Well, it's almost cooled. Let's see, let me just, let me move it down here for a second. For those of you maybe who have not worked with our pixie dough and our molds, you might learn something. Oh, I have that open. I have that habit of doing that. Okay. I like to work it in my hand a little bit. This is an air dry clay, and it's a foam clay, so there's more moisture to it than you will find in other air dry clays. So what we do, like some of the artists or crafters you'll see, they'll even add cornstarch to it. I don't. I haven't really had any kind of issues with it. And I always feel like if I put enough cornstarch in my mold, it's going to pop out. So you just want to, like I said, a generous amount of cornstarch. And now you'll see like artists like Lisa Ahmad, one of our brand ambassadors, she will overfill her molds, and then she'll go back and trim around them. I prefer to try to just get them as close to the edge as possible so I don't have to do any trimming. So you will all find your favorite technique. Okay. So you see how easy? And that's a big mold, right? And the molds have beautiful detail. Look at that. Hi, Jody's antenna. How are you? So isn't that beautiful? So we'll make more later. I just thought I would make that, show that to you for now while our paint was cooling off. And it is now. So we can keep moving on, put another coat. I just don't want to chance all this dark writing. And I shake it every time. I don't know why, it's habit. I just don't want all this dark writing showing through her face. I don't think it would be that big a deal if it was showing through her hair. But there you go. Much better coat now. See, it's covering. I don't think, I think I want to use my cat's tongue to get around that edge though. But for now, we'll do this. And I have a habit of even leaving my, see like this, see what I'm doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. Because it's, being that it's, right, it's a fast drying paint, it's starting to dry right there at the tip. And so what's happening is I leave it open for way too long because I get so busy working on my project that I end up with all those goobers, or whatever you want to call them, right? Here. And I'll just take my cat's tongue and work around the edge. So like I said, if you're in the market to try some samples, if you buy Lindy's kit, hers comes with 3 bottles of chalk, the Magical Chaulk Paint. You get to pick all your colors, and 1 liquid pixie dust, and you get this brush. That's all part of her kit. I think it's $38 is the cost of that kit. I should know this. I've been working with numbers all day today, so what happens, And I should have gone on my website. I do this every time, don't I? And then, well, I can calculate it. So 24, yeah, 38. So it's 38, and then you get this for free. And then Lisa's is 44, I believe. Almost positive. So you're going to go 14. Now, Lisa's comes with 2 liquid pixie dust, 2 magical chalk paint. So that would be 44. I like that number. That's why I did it that. I like that number, 44. It's my daughter's angel number. Okay. I think we'll be able to work with this. Just grab a little goober out of there. Okay. And I actually pulled out my Titebond. You can use, you can use hot glue, but I'm thinking because this is going to be up on a wall, and I've had experiences when the weather changes, like it's really cold, I've had some of this pop off from hot glue. And now I don't know why. But, so, here, we'll, this is kind of what I'm thinking, but I want to get her down first. So, where did I put it? Yeah, I better get her down first. And we're going to use like all the flowers. Oh my God, I'm roasting. I put the sweatshirt on because it was chilly earlier. But we're cooking now, and my oven's right behind me. Look at. I want to show you something. These are buds. Here's like a little pansy. You do get some leaves. I love this mold. This right now is $10.50 on sale. So, and it's just for today, and it's through midnight Pacific Standard Time. And again, I explained to you that's because our website is, and we ship actually from this product from Nevada, so it's set to Pacific Standard Time. Whatever time it is in Nevada, that's where it is. All right, so let me move my mouse out of the way. Let me grab her. Let's just cast a few more. We're going to let that second coat dry a little bit, right? We can just be working. Right? You can see me, I think. Great, I think. I'm in Florida and it's really humid. Hot glue doesn't do well. Okay, see? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe more on our humid days. Because I was grabbing something that I had hot glued and I'm like, something popped off. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I usually am over generous with my hot glue. And we'll just cast these and set them aside, and then we'll decide later where they're going to be placed, where they're going to go. What I love about the Pixie dough too is I think because it's so like flexible, it really, really casts all those deep crevices in a mold. It's one of the things I really, really love about it. Now, if you have bought our holiday molds, like the Nutcracker, Snowman, Benny, gosh, what else? Oh, you know which ones. I'm sorry. We have a Santa, a Snowman, an Elf, and the Nutcracker. Oh, and the signs. Now, those are really deep. They have a lot of detail. So what you might want to do is put those in the freezer. I know I did. I tried casting them, but they didn't, the detail, because those molds are so deep, I just felt like I got all that detail if I froze them for like 10 minutes, 10, 15. You can put them in the freezer indefinitely. They don't freeze. I went on vacation once. I had molds in my freezer for over 2 weeks. I completely forgotten about them. It doesn't ruin it. And then you're ready. Like I said, I want to cast one of everything. I want you to see one of everything. So again, if you stick around until the end, I'm going to be gifting a full bag of pixie dough, and you can pick the mold, one of the green molds of your choice. I'm going to, right before we're done, maybe 5-10 minutes before, whoever is still live here with me, and I pick your name, you will be gifted a mold and a pixie dough. So I can see this is going to take a bit, so even if you have to leave and come back, as long as you're here at the end. Okay. This one. This one I may not have. No, it looks good. I was going to say maybe I didn't put enough cornstarch, but it looks good. All right, and then I think I'm going to cornstarch my leaves a little better. And again, this is really, I mean, I'll use these because it's a big frame, but I just want you to really see everything. And I'll show them to you as like we're gluing them on. Now, this leaf mold that I'm working with right now, this side, if you only want one leaf, just cast one. You don't have to use them in threes. I did a pretty good sized mirror, which is one of my favorite things in my house. And sometimes I didn't want all 3 leaves, and I just cast one. Now this has the little stems, but I don't think I'm going to need them. Oh, I knew I should have maybe added a little bit more cornstarch. This is a really, really shallow mold. But that's going to be pretty because it'll tuck under a flower. All right, so let's go back to our girl for now. If I have to even dry that a little bit, I will. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to dry it because it is still very wet. So let me move these over, and then you'll be able to see them later when I go to glue them on. We'll work on these together. Also, something that I have a holiday sale for. I haven't put out an email yet, but I put it on there today. I've got a sale with the watercolors, and these, when you cast with the pixie dough, it takes the watercolor beautifully. Let me dry this. And we'll get her on there. What's that? You inspired me to work more overtime so I can order. Aw. Kimberly. I just hope that you're having a good time as you're working on these, right? My husband's like that. Mr. Pixie is like that. He always says, if we need more money, he'll just work more, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see how she is going to look. Okay, so I went outside a little bit, but you know what? I can go back after with one of the black pens. Oh, I really messed up right here. I told you I couldn't see, right? But I think it'll be all right. I just didn't put enough cream puff. Oh no, that actually looks really good. That's what was probably throwing me off a little bit. Oh yeah, and then I can come back. And then, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and cut her neck out, and we're gonna see. Like I said, I really didn't want to use her shirt, but the neck, we'll see what happens if I use the neck. The neck would be pretty easy. Well, I could do it with the shirt too. I could extend the shirt with paint, right? Okay. Okay, so I think I need the neck. You know, right? I think I need the neck. And it's actually in a pretty good place. There's hardly any. I have to figure out where that goes. So I could cut the shirt out or leave the shirt and extend it to the bottom. What do you think? Hey, Betty, how are you? And Karen, how are you? Betty always gives me good advice. So do I leave the shirt and then I can extend it? I probably might have to repaint it though. I'm thinking I might be able to get really close, or I cut the neck. I just leave her neck. Any advice? Jody, what do you think? Jody Santana, you make the decision. Should I cut her shirt off and then it's just her with this under it? Or I can maybe extend her shirt and try to paint it. To me, that just kind of seems like a lot of work, but, or do I, well, let's just do it one step at a time. How's that? All right, let's get the force fields. Uh-oh. I think I need to dry that. All right. So, I keep putting my brushes in water. Let me grab so it doesn't drip. I've done that before. All right. Okay. I know you don't need to see me. So, whoops, that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted either. Okay. Let me grab a different brush. Okay. I have another brush here. I'm going to shake it. Let's get this on. Okay. Okay. I can see it like soaking right in. Right? It's probably because it's fresh paint, thin coat. So let's see. I'm going to turn this towards me and stand up. Right? I like to use my brayer. Here we go. And she's probably gonna have a few wrinkles because I had some goobers in my paint and the bottom layer wrinkled a little bit. Oh, I was gonna cut that, wasn't I? Okay, I'll have to, maybe I just water cut it. And there we go. Oh, let's see. I don't know, I think I've left these edges of, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna do is get a little brush. Oh, I have one, I forgot. Let me grab. Let's see. Am I gonna ruin it? Oh. The only other thing I can think of is, let's turn it. I wonder, I have a cutter, but you know what happens with wet, right? It still rips it. What's nice, at least I'm going to be putting flowers around her, so this, I could probably hide this edge. That's what I can do. There we go. I'll be able to hide that edge. I'm not going to fret. You know, I'm not a seasoned I've done a lot of decoupage, but not enough. Like where you do the wet cutting and all that. I just haven't. So I think what I want to do, I just want to get a coat of this on top of her, kind of seal her in there. Protect her a little bit. Let's see. All right. And all those areas, when it dries, they'll shrink right down because I had a lot of force field on this. All right, so now I think I can put this aside for now. And I'm just going to dry a little bit because I think I do want to start, I want to start working on my flowers up here. What do you think? It's cute, right? Oh, thank you, Catherine. Oh. When this dries, naturally, like I said, all these bubbles will shrink down. It'll be just fine. So, all right. My thought, maybe we do, let's start this kind of positioning these, right? I want to place them really close together. And even like this, right? The leaf under there, I can make more leaves, which I did when I did that mirror. What I did is I went ahead and placed my flowers and then kind of went back and saw empty spots. Oh, and look how pretty, like these little buds. These are just little buds. And then they have like this kind of leaf that, you know, you could tuck in. You know, so maybe I think I do want to make more of those 3 leaves, right? And maybe I tuck them behind there. So my thought is I'm going to get flowers all up here. Think that'll be pretty? Thank you, Betty. I love that mirror. Oh my gosh. So let me look at this like this. Yeah. And I'm going to cover this whole top of her hair with flowers, like on the frame. But let me get my glue. Let's start gluing. Or not. You know what? No, you know what? I think I will leave the background white. I kind of think, right, you see me thinking to myself. And I'm just going to use my Tide Bond. Just like that. And I don't know if you've ever realized this, but this will bond while it's still wet. It will bond. So I'm going to leave those just the way they are. Right, see what I'm doing? I'm covering those edges. Right. And then that one, I kind of just want to make it like that. Right, a little filler leaf there. Just right there. And then I've got to get these in here. And then we'll keep making more. Just keep making them. These are so cute. I love the buds. I don't see a whole lot of flower molds that have like tight, almost like a rosebud, right? I'm just going to put it right here. Oh, I think I got that one upside down. No big deal. And then we'll just keep making them. And then I'm really wondering, do I want to use my watercolors? See how tight I did that? So we can keep going. And also, something I do a lot is, let me push that aside. Let's make a few more flowers. Sometimes, like on these really big ones, I don't always want one super big one. So let's, on this one, let's make part of it. I remember with my mirror, one of my favorite flowers I seem to use a lot was the little pansy. So cute. Okay. I'll go ahead and put lots of cornstarch in these, the ones that I didn't think I did enough of earlier. So again, if you stick with me to the end, I'm going to be scrolling and picking somebody to win a pixie dough and a mold of your choice. Oh boy. Oh, is that the time where I just kind of throw things aside, right? Yeah, so we'll get her going up there, and I think I started, yeah, an hour ago. So we'll kind of start painting her. Maybe, like I said, I'm trying to think if I want to do the watercolor. So see how I'm just using part of that? And now I just have a small one, right? Sometimes you don't need those big old flowers. I like to do like, I like to use the big flower, but sometimes in moderation. But I'm going to use that because I love the pansy. You know, we can go back and continue to use these same ones. I love, love, love the buds. So what I want to do is I want to make sure my buds have, yeah, that one turned out better. I didn't push this one right here in enough. Oh, Jody, I haven't decided. I was going to go around the whole frame originally. And I thought, you know, maybe I probably am though, because I really don't like the frame. So I thought, you know what, I want to start with her hair, get that in, and then I can work my way around the frame. But you know what, this is like one of those projects that will take hours. Even though our pixie dough is super easy, once you learn, you know, you get the hang of it, you can work fast, but there's so many molds to make. And maybe that's where, if that's the case, maybe that's where you want to use more of the big ones. You know what, I do whatever, it's like one of those things, whatever my heart's telling me to do that day. And as I go around, I might think, wait a minute, I think it does need some of the bigger. It's not to say that I won't. I will. I'm going to cast more. Maybe I'll do like 3 really big ones and then work my way. Kind of like maybe divide the frame into 3s in a sense. But I'm not going to be placing all these other flowers in the same positions. Oh, come on. Oh, this one I didn't, it's the same place it got stuck last time. Right here. So what'll happen, probably what happened there is, I'm going to cast that one over. It had some pixie dough there that was sticky, right? And it stuck to it, didn't want to come out. So we're going to try it now. You just saw me, right? I just put a bunch of cornstarch. This might be one of those flowers I can, you know, like Lisa would probably trim around the edge because it would be pretty easy to do that. Let me pop it out. Oh my gosh. All right. So, like I said, this is something Lisa will do. And something, this might be easier, especially when it's getting stuck like that. I don't know why it's doing that, because you saw it pops out really well. And then I kind of like to cup these. I think that looks really cute. So I need this one. Oh, I didn't cast this little tiny. And we're going to see if I can get this one better, cast better, because the last one I really didn't have. Whoops. Well, I didn't have enough pixie dough in there. I didn't, wait, now that's almost too much cornstarch. I want to, there's a little detail at the very tip where the petals cross, right? Well, it's better. Not perfect, but it's better. And then once I paint it, okay, I'm going to cast that one. Oh, and the leaves. This pixie dough goes a long way. That's why sometimes what I'll do, I find if I leave a little hump in the back, they pop out a little better because it's thicker. There we go. There's that one. Do the leaves. Okay. So I think Monday, Lisa, if I looked at my calendar right, Lisa and Lindy are going to be live on the Paint Pixie page. And they're going to be, I don't know if they're doing the same kit or not, actually, now that I think about it. But I believe they're going to be doing another holiday kit. There we go. And then this little leaf. There we go. You know what else would be a good mold to use with this one would be Don't Leave Me, because all it is different leaves. Alrighty. Close this up. Let me get these aside. And then we'll glue them. Just keep working on our hair. And then I'm almost thinking, since I'm kind of undecided on what I wanted, how I want to paint these, maybe I'll glue these on and we'll just kind of leave it as it is. Right, you can see that. I'm kind of thinking, right, we get the bigger one maybe up here. Oh, you know what? I forgot this one on this side. It's okay, I can always add it. Right, get the maybe this could be really pretty, like under, kind of like that. Right? That's sweet. And again, leaves, you can go back in and add leaves wherever you feel you need filler. Okay, so since I forgot this, how did I forget that one? I'm going to cast it because even though, you know, I'm not making them exact, I'm just using all the same flowers. How fun will that be? So maybe what I'll do is like fill up the area with her hair, right? And then trail down some flowers. See, sometimes I don't have a clear vision to what I'm going to do. Whoops, let me get some more pixie dough. I put enough, and now let's see if we can get it to pop out. Should have, oh, I didn't put any cornstarch around the edge. Okay. All right. We could do, since this one's up here, like I said, remember I said I don't want to make them exact. But I like this. Do you like that? Lisa gave me a great lesson. Showed us how to use the pixie dough under the I'll have to go back and read that because my eyesight, I mean, I can read it, but... Oh, under the print. Oh my gosh, I have seen her do that. It's amazing. All right, so let's glue this. Here. Whoop. This here. Okay. I have seen Lisa do that dimension. Oh my gosh, where she put the pixie dough under the print, and wow. She has got such an imagination. And I want to know why more people, or if they have, I don't know about it, but why have these people who have events not inviting her to teach, honestly. She is one of the best that I have seen, I'll be honest with you. And it's not to say they haven't asked her, maybe they have, but, and she's not able to, especially with, you know, Ahmad being sick. Well, you know what I mean. With his leukemia, she probably doesn't want to venture away from home for any amount of time, so. Anyway, here we go. Well, we're getting there. Oh, I love it. I think the flowers will lose their impact if you do them all the way around. Yes, Sonia, that's why I was just, maybe you heard me say that. Yeah, I think I will put some, but I have to figure out where, right? But I want to put them all like on this side, so I'll work on these right now. And then I think little sprigs, maybe like, and maybe I have to wait until I get my clockwork, because I'm thinking my clockwork will go on this side, right? So I can't have that interfere if I decide I want to put a mold kind of coming off here. But I could have almost look like it's vining down a little bit, like even onto this surface. But let's, if you want to stick with me just a little bit longer, I'm going to cast these, and then we're going to draw and see who is going to be gifted a mold and some pixie dough today. I'm going to, again, generously use your cornstarch. This time I'm going to use the whole big flour to balance it out. Oh, I've got raw pixie dough in some of these, so that's why they keep sticking. It's sticky. So the winner's going to be able to pick whichever mold, one of the green molds. It's our green pixie dough, our paint pixie mold. You'll be able to pick from any of the green ones. So I'll message you once or be prepared for me to ask. All right. I think I'm safe to work on. Am I? It's dry. All right. I want to, like I said, I want to do the whole mold this time. That way it's going to balance it out. Okay. And you see how I refilled it? Because it's going to fuse together. You don't have to worry about it. It's going to stick where I just refilled that area. Okay. Oh, you know what's nice is that's so big that, okay, I only need a couple of small ones. And maybe this time I'll use my pansy because I love it so much. Okay. All right. And maybe just one of these little ones. Kind of, maybe I'll do a leaf right here. The trio. I really like that trio. And again, this has been my all-time favorite mold. The reason I didn't come out with it originally was price, to be quite honest with you. The manufacturer was just charging too much for it. And this time around, I was able to negotiate it down to where it would become affordable for most of you. You know, it is our most expensive mold. It is $21, but if you buy it before midnight Pacific Standard Time today, it's on sale. So is the Pixie dough. I always try to make things affordable for you. We do this and that. I think I like that. I can always, if I feel like I need something over on this side, I can do that. So let's grab our biggie here. Okay. Whoops. There we go. I like that. And I think he's going to go right here. He or she. He or she. Our flowers, male and female. Let's see. Yep, you know what? It needs something right here. And I'm thinking the leaves again. I kind of like how the leaves finish it off. So let's put some of these and see if it just kind of finishes it off. And then I think we're going to call it a day. We're going to scroll because it has been almost an hour and a half. I knew this would be a long one because there was, whoops, you know what my problem is too? I'm not working this enough. Sometimes what I do too is I'll actually take some out of the packet and let it air dry a little bit. And that way some of the moisture evaporates out of it. Okay, stick with me because I'm going to scroll. And whoever's still on here is going to be the one that's going to be gifted one of the green molds of your choice and a full pack of Pixie dough. Oh yeah, okay. That's what it needed right there. Oh, I like that. All right. So this is where we ended off today. Do you like it? So the, these are two, oh, I was going to glue, wait, one more, uh-oh. Oh, that's where my flower went. Remember I said I thought it got smashed underneath. I am going to glue her neck on. Because she needs it. Now I see she needs it. And I think I'm really torn. Do I want to try and just, I probably could. I won't do it on, I'm going to glue this on for now, and then we'll see. I'll go ahead and just kind of, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I just lost my train of thought. Her shirt, I'll just paint the shirt back in. Probably end up, it'll be blue, but just a different shade of blue. Maybe it will be French macaron, actually is what comes to mind when I see this, with maybe a little bit of, something else. Right there. All right. Yeah, that's much, much better. Much better. Get my brayer, try to get as many wrinkles out as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and finish. I have a lot of force field on here, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move it around. And I'll end up putting more coats of the force field so that my sheen is even. Sometimes the more coats you put, the little, get a little bit shinier. Oh, that looks much better. Right? And then I can bring her shirt down. You think it needs it? You think her shirt kind of looks good? I mean, I almost like it the way it is, but, I'm going to go by what you tell me. Do you think the shirt, I should bring it all the way down to the edge? Thank you, my Niagara Falls, Canada. Where did you get the sweet paper? Oh, okay, Betty. Oh, gosh. I believe my background paper is a Prima, I think. I can't even tell you that for sure. But it might be Roycycle, because the girl is a Roycycle. It's Corey's girl. I don't even know if she sells them still. I bought it last year. But anyway, so yes on the shirt. Paint the shirt all the way down, right? Okay. Then I'll do that. What I'll do is we're going to just I think she's perfect. Maybe I have to, I see that hard edge right there. I'll have to sleep on it. In the meantime, hold on, don't go anywhere. We're going to do some scrolling. Okay. Okay. Oh, I like it when Facebook lets me go all the way. Okay, hold on, don't go anywhere. I feel like it's, kind of like a roulette wheel, right? Catherine Kelly, I know you're here. You have won a package of pixie dough and the mold of your choice. So if you can message me which mold you want, it's one of the green ones. And this one that I've been working with today is English Garden, one of my favorites. But thank you all for being here with me today and hanging out. I really appreciate it so much. Maybe tomorrow I'll come back. And I'll get a little bit of this done. Maybe I can, you can kind of figure out where we're going to go from here. Would you like that? kind of watch the process. I just never know what time. But I'm loving her. I am loving her. When my clockworks come in, I've been thinking that maybe they'll fit on this side. And if they don't, they don't. This is going to become just a really super cute wall hanging if I can't make the clock, work. But I'm hoping maybe right in here. All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.